Life Her Podcast.
Hey, you.
Her is me, her is you. Her is us, her is she, her is we. United we stand, baby, that hurt for keeps. I'm coming and I demand my space, I know it's free. I owe myself the world, they tried to count me out. I've been down some dark roads, they tried to pound me out. From cloudy to sunny, ain't think that I would make it out. I needed positive emotions to fill me out.
Hey everyone, I'm Yvette Lloyd, Life Her Podcast, and I'm here with Precious. Hi Precious, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. So, tell me a little bit about Be Her Support. I know we have interviewed in the past and you was just starting everything off. So, tell me the status of it right now. I know it has grown a lot.
Thank you. I'm so excited. So yes, I'm Precious Monet. I'm the CEO and founder of Be Her Support. They call me the purpose pusher because I push women into their purpose through our online private platform, which essentially is a safe place for women to demonstrate support, give and receive support through community connections, and most importantly, accountability. So I'm excited because like you said, we've been able to connect before when we first started out, which was March last year. So we are coming up on our 1 year anniversary. And essentially the community is all about group coaching these women into their purposes, having different workshops, whether it be both personal or professional, having that mentorship, having coaching one-on-one with the ladies. I love our roundtable discussions monthly. We have so much going on, and we've expanded. So we're not only in Atlanta, our hub is in Atlanta. I have Queens and Florida. I have in the Carolinas, and I have in the Bronx, New York.
Oh, that is amazing. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me, what is one of your challenges, even just bringing women together and letting them understand that the space is safe for them? Because, a lot of women have been broken due to many experiences. So what are some of the things that you do to make them feel comfortable and let them know that they are safe with you?
I think essentially it starts with the interviewing process, because this is not a community where you can just apply and you're automatically joined or accepted. You actually have to go through an application process. Once you finish the application, you have to actually do an interview with me, because I really want to make sure it's not only a safe place, but it's a good fit for both the community and for that individual. So I think initially the challenge is just making sure that I continue to find the right woman to join the community. And then essentially, I think from just our interview alone kind of gives the queen that comfortability that it is a safe place just based on our interview or our conversation. I think I put their mind at ease before even coming into the community. And when they actually are accepted and join, then essentially they already feel like they have a foot in the door, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. So, what are the qualifications on becoming a member?
So essentially, one, you have to be someone that obviously demonstrates support, because the name says alone, Be Her Support. And that can be like, what if I look on your social media page, what are some of the messaging? I literally stalk these women on their social media pages before even setting up their interviews, just so I can get a sense of who they are. And then during that interview process, I'm looking for ways that they're able to show me how they've either collaborated with other women, or how they demonstrate support, and essentially what their definition of support is. And then when you're in the community, you have to be someone that's engaged. You don't want to be in a community. I don't want a community that just have a bunch of numbers per se. We're more so focused on the quality. What are you bringing to the table? Whether you have a business or you don't have a business, what skill sets are you bringing to the table? Because you essentially don't have to have a business in order to join the Be Her Support community. You just have to bring some type of skill set, whether that's someone that you might just be a good supporter. You know how to support, but you're the one that's needing more support. You might be someone that, I have someone that's a counselor, she's in school. She just needs that support, balancing school and balancing her career. So essentially, I think that as long as you're able to demonstrate support, you're someone that is truly open to giving and receiving support, because sometimes, believe it or not, we're not used to receiving support. Sometimes you have those people that are givers, but not necessarily receivers as well. So those are really the qualifications, is really just surrounded around support, and what can they bring to the table, because essentially we want to continue to add value to the community.
Okay, that is amazing. So do you guys meet up every day or do you touch base with them? How does it go?
So overall, I don't want to take up too much time of their life. I want it to be a healthy balance. So essentially, as a group, we meet about 2 to 3 times a month. So we have our group coaching call in the beginning of the month. We have our wind down Wednesdays that we do twice a month. We have what's called Chop It Up at the end of the month. So kind of like our wind down, talk about our wins, talk about our opportunities, play virtual games. It's not all business sometimes. Sometimes we just need to let our hair down. So essentially, we have 4 opportunities that the women can interact on a monthly basis. We encourage the women to at least sign up for 2 things a month, so they can continue to be engaged. And then by being in the community, you have access to me. So if you need one-on-one coaching sessions, I do those literally almost every other day. So there's some women that I might connect with on a daily basis. There's some women I might connect a couple times a week. And then there's some that I might touch base a couple times a month. So it all kind of depends where they are in life, either personally or professionally, and how much time they essentially need, as far as from a coaching standpoint.
Oh, okay. Now, I know that you are a certified life coach. A lot of people don't understand how amazing and valuable having a life coach can be and how you can see a different perspective of life. Can you let people know like how important it is to have a life coach for someone to guide you?
Absolutely. A lot of people, like you said, a lot of people don't realize the value of having a coach. Even a coach need a coach. I have a coach to keep me motivated and engaged on the things that I want to achieve in life. But essentially, a coach is someone that helps you identify your purpose. If you struggle with finding what your purpose is, a coach is someone that's going to hold you accountable. Essentially, if it was that easy for you to accomplish your goals, then it's good to have a good support system, someone to be your biggest cheerleader and cheering you on throughout your progress, holding you accountable to make sure that you, attain those goals. It's also important, too, to have some kind of support system. Sometimes we tend to rely on family, and family may not always be as transparent, or they may not be able to see things in a different light. So you need someone to kind of brainstorm with. Think of this person. When I think of a coach, I think of a solid business partner or a life partner. So what do you want from that person, essentially, as far as guiding you throughout your life? Whether it's just support, someone to talk to, someone to kind of figure things out. Life is challenging right now. How are you dealing with the economy that we live in today? Some people might need that navigation to kind of help get you through the day-to-day.
That's really true because, sometimes we get at a pause phase in our lives and we like, what do we do? And we don't have that village or that in particular person that can motivate us for us to continue to move forward. So, with you being a coach, how can someone get in contact with you so that they can reach out to you for some help?
Absolutely. They can reach out to me at either Instagram, Be Her Support, or the website, behersupport.com. They can even text me. My phone number is 470-301-6769. So all those avenues, I'm very accessible. I also have VPs that's in the community as well. I have a couple of VPs that's also coaches. I have a confidence coach, a transformational coach, another life coach that essentially, all coaches teach the same and different, and you may not resonate with me, but I definitely have somebody that you might resonate with.
Okay, that is amazing. You have a village. That is
It
really
takes a
amazing.
village.
Girls, yes. So with you having a village, because I know when we first started, it was really just you. So
Right.
now that you have women on your team now, which is so important because sometimes they have this thing where women can't work together and all those different negative thoughts. Could you change the perspective of people so they can actually understand the vision on how amazing it is for women to come together?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think, oftentimes, I guess I'm just tired of hearing the woman supporting woman. That's why the Be Her Support community really focuses on the demonstration of women supporting women. How are you demonstrating support? And I think because going through an interviewing process, getting a sense of who people are before joining the community, it really builds that solid foundation of like-minded women, and then also it's a place where you can be vulnerable. I don't like. I mean, I have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, so I'm able to lean on other women that I might my opportunities. They might have their strengths. So essentially, the community is a place where people are comfortable being vulnerable because they see other people being vulnerable. They also see people being transparent. A lot of people always talk about their authentic self. What does that look like? Showing up as yourself, not trying to keep up with what society says and what society wants you to be. It's truly just showing up daily or monthly or biweekly, how often, and really just being yourself and leaning into other women to get that support. But you have to be vulnerable.
Yes. Vulnerability is like very important because, like I said previous before, women have been broken by other women. It could be friends, family, or whomever. But when you have that support, you don't want to block your blessings at the same time when it's a woman that's actually there for you, that is
Right.
willing to support you, and she don't have that evilness to her. So I I love everything that you're doing. I always have since you first started. And it's amazing to see that you are flourishing and you're doing so much and you're so authentic. Like it's very rare to come across women like you and you're still doing this and you still, it's coming from the heart.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, that's why Be Her Support was birthed, is because due to the lack of support that I received, both personally, both and professionally. So being able to go through those challenges and feeling alone and feeling neglected or feeling betrayed, I had to go through all those and do the self-work myself before I got comfortable to be able to even launch a community like this. So I can relate, to the women that don't feel the support or feel that they've gone through some kind of betrayal.
Yes. Now, could you give me a few examples on the experiences you did have in the past for you to even start such a amazing support group like you have now?
Oh, absolutely. Let's start with my best friend at the time. We were best friends for over 10 years. She didn't want me to start a business. She didn't see my vision. I'm not saying that we have to agree on everything, but the support wasn't
Right.
there. So anything that I did, it was negative. It brought me down. It kind of delayed opening my first business. It started with that, working in the corporate world. When I was in the corporate world, I was blessed enough to walk or climb, I should say, the corporate ladder pretty quickly. And I had a colleague of mine that I felt that we were on the same page. We literally went to lunch almost every single day. And then when it was time for me to get promoted, essentially I would be her boss. She went to the president of the company to tell them that I wasn't qualified for the role, not knowing that me and the president had a very good professional working relationship. So he confided in me and told me she did that. So just stuff like that, having a family member, again, not support me and don't see my vision. So those are kind of some of the examples that I've experienced as far as feeling betrayed or lonely.
Wow. So how did you get through that? Because a lot of times women experiences experience these type of feelings, but they hold that grudge and they held on to it for a very long time. What are some of the things that you've done to move forward in life and continue on and still have that faith to be able to still connect with other women?
Oh, first and foremost, prayer, prayer, meditation. Being completely transparent, especially when it came to my best friend of over 10 years. That hurt. It took me initially when it happened, I didn't want to deal with any women. I'm like, no, I'm over women. I don't want to collaborate. So I had to go through that. It took me a couple of years to heal from that relationship, to be able to move on, to be able to trust through meditation, prayer, having my faith, going to church, journaling, doing the self-work, so I can kind of really be in tune with myself and realize who I am and what my purpose is. And when I started to strengthen and focus on my purpose, then I became more confident in, okay, all women are not the same. Yes, I done got burned a couple times, more than once, but I'm not going to let that hold me back from really launching a community that's well needed.
Wow. So with you getting through all of that, could you let women know how good it feels to even move forward and still be able to do the things that you do to help other women?
It feels absolutely amazing. I mean, no fluff, not even fluff. I have met some phenomenal women that essentially I have not known before, met them through social media, and it just feels like I have a support system in different ways, because everyone shows up differently. I might have someone that I'll call to brainstorm some ideas versus I might have someone that I just want to vent to, or I might have someone that I'll just say, hey, let's go to lunch. Nobody wants to do things by themselves. I'm not saying that you can't, but essentially it's a good feeling where you have a group of women you can kind of just call on for anything when it comes to life.
Wow. That's really good. I'm really proud of you because it takes a lot of discipline for you to even continue on to move forward and still have an open heart. So I applaud you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It wasn't easy where where I am today,
Oh,
but
girl,
it's
I already
definitely
know
worth
because
it.
yeah, because you could get in that mode too because some people get angry, they be trying to fight and everything else. And you
Absolutely.
like, no, I got a lot to lose. It's not worth it. And that's like seconds of my life that could have gone to something else. So it's a lot of different mixed feelings that we have when we go through things that's just so hurtful, especially a best friend. Like, girl, that's a
Right.
lot.
It is to take
That's a
in.
Yes, it is. So, tell me about your new planner that you're getting ready to drop.
Yeah, so we just dropped it, I think, a month ago now. So it's been out for about a
Okay.
month. It is Prioritize Your Purpose Planner. Essentially, again, because I'm a purpose pusher and I push people into their purpose. But this planner is essentially for either you're a professional, whether you're an entrepreneur. There's just a little bit of everything in this planner. When you first open the planner, there's a note that kind of tells a little bit about my story. I signed the planner. Each planner that gets sold, it has a vision section. It has a self-journey worksheet, a purpose worksheet, money savings, financial goals. It's a dateless planner, so it is meaning that you can use it year-round. You have goals, monthly goals. You have something to actually track your goals. I mean, it goes on and on. Monthly date list, also weekly as well. And then it also has a section for meal prepping to monitor what you're eating. And essentially the reason why I created a lot in this planner are things that I either need to do myself. For example, it tracks your water. I am horrible when it comes to drinking water. So this year I
Ooh,
decided
me
to put
too.
a water log in there. And when I look back at the week, I'm like, what? I only have 4 bottles of water? I need to do better.
Ooh, Lord.
um,
Me and you
so
both.
Right. So essentially it's a lifestyle planner. It really is. And it holds you accountable. And I wanted to do it from a coaching standpoint to have people feel like they're being coached by me through the planner.
That is really dope. It takes a lot for you to even just, you know, one thing about when you do things and when you're growing, you find different new things that you found out that helped you and it can help someone else. So that's what I really like about what you be doing, because you take your experiences and you bring it on and recommend it for other people.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That is amazing. So do you have anything else coming up?
Yes, I have our first annual brunch because it's our 1 year anniversary in March. It is Her Support System first annual brunch. So what that is obviously, one, we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary. We are going to have some local speakers. I'm all about supporting back into the community. Some local speakers to pour into these women. Our theme is empower, educate, and enrich. So those are the key things that I want people to walk away. I want them to feel educated. I want them to feel empowered, and I want them to feel enriched after leaving the brunch. And then we'll be doing some giveaways, some swag bags. It's going to be a great day full of impactful women.
That is amazing. So how could someone purchase tickets or be able to find out more information?
Would like some more information? We just sold out, but however,
What?
if they want some more information, please send me a DM or shoot me an email, info@behersupport.com, or shoot me a DM on Instagram at behersupport, and then we can kind of talk details if I have any more tickets that I can let the community know about.
Girl, the event March 5th and you sold out?
Well, it's a very exclusive and intimate event. Essentially, we were going to do members only, but then we extended it out to like anybody that wanted to be invited by a member. And then we actually currently have a raffle that I'm supposed to be announcing today on IG, as I just remembered. We did a raffle. One of the queens actually in the community, and this is what I'm talking about, support. It's just so genuine. One of the queens decided to purchase a ticket and sponsor it and raffle it off. Those are the type of things that I don't ask for. I didn't ask for that. She just took it upon her heart, and that's what she wanted to do is to allow somebody to go to an event and raffle that ticket off.
Girl, what you did, child, is what you get back. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes, and that's for sure. Well, thank you so much for being on Life Her podcast again. And it was great to catch up with you. I'm proud of you, and I love following you and see all of your accomplishments and things that you have going on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me. Love your energy as always, and blessings to you and your journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Life Her Podcast, where we help heal women all over the world. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Life Her Podcast, and check out our YouTube page as well. And make sure you subscribe. You can also look onto our website and you can purchase merchandise and listen to the podcast episodes. I am Yvette Lloyd. I am Life Her. Love yourself, ladies. Take care of yourself and others you love dearly.